Hi there, what's up? My name is Vishal from my web, and in this video, we are starting a new course of Stack. But I just divided this course into some phases. In the first phase, we are starting with the Express.js and Node.js. Basically, Node.js is the core thing of a whole course. So we should know about Node.js first. So let's move to the next slide. The prerequisites before you start. You should know about the HTML fundamentals for structure and basic forms like you should know about HTML tags, input forms of forms, and then other things. So we can send our data from client side to the backend. JavaScript is 6+ modules like let, const, arrow functions, async, await, and modules. Don't worry about that. I also created another playlist for modern JavaScript, and also I create MongoDB basics, like where I teach MongoDB collections, documents, create flow. This chapter is a part of a large MERN journey. Like we can also cover in-depth things of MongoDB, Express, React, Node. But in this course, I'll cover through, like, it's kind of like a boot camp of this. What is Node.js? As everybody know, Node.js is an open source cross-platform JavaScript, JavaScript runtime environment that executes JS outside the browser. Because before the era of Node.js, JavaScript is only able to run on the browsers, on like Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, etc. But now Node.js just powered up the JavaScript to run on cross-platform devices like mobile devices, desktop applications, and also it runs on your servers, like, for creating backend APIs. It is powered by Chrome's V8 engine, which compiles JavaScript efficiently for high throughput backend workloads. It is built by Randall and use one language across client and server. Why this? I just write this line in this slider. Like, if you want to work on the front end and also the back end, and also you want to learn about and also want to build a mobile application, hybrid application, right? So you can choose just one language and you can build all of these things using just one language. It's called JavaScript with Node.js. It's a great fit for API heavy and event driven system. Why I'm saying this? Why developers choose Node.js? Because high performance with non-blocking IOs. Like, it can handle a large amounts of requests at the same time without interrupting other requests. Like, if I'm sending one request for another task, then suddenly send another request for handling like node mill services. So it will not interrupt to the services. It scales well for concurrent request. It can handle large amounts of requests at the same time, as I say. It's have a massive ecosystem and community support on all over world nowadays. Shared language JavaScript reduce context switching across stack layers. As I say, you can work on the backend and backend and a front end framework using just one single language, which is JavaScript. Let's see what's the common use cases of Node.js. It is used for build backend APIs like REST APIs, backend and microservice, build microservice architecture, real-time apps like chat, collaboration, gaming, chatting system, etc. It is also built for CMS and content delivery tooling, like you can build CRM, ERP system, content management system, e-commerce application, and other things. Streaming services and event pipelines, like you can build your own Netflix, Amazon Prime, like streaming and audio podcast systems using Node.js. IoT devices communication telemetry handling. Let's see what is Express.js. See, Node.js is a tool, but Express.js is a backend framework. See, just take a look on the first line. Express.js gives structure to backend development by handling routing, middleware flow, and request response utilities. I think if you're not familiar with these words, don't worry about it. I will cover all these things into our coming videos. Routing means we can define our routing like domain.com/user/create user/edit user/delete. This is routing URLs. and this is all handling by methods like get, post, put, and delete. Middleware flows like we can guard and authenticate some users. It's all kind of that middleware. You can go with that. What we are sending from our end is a request. What we are get is called response. Okay, instead of building everything from raw node HTTP primitives, Express helps you ship organized APIs faster. Like you don't need to write all the structure by your own using Node.js. Express.js gives you a full tool to handle and build APIs in a more fast way. Minimal core with expensible middleware ecosystem. It's basically designed for web apps and APIs. Express.js is basically designed for web apps and APIs. So let's see the key of Express.js capabilities. It's handling the route grouping with Express router, middleware pipelines for auth, validation, logging, and much more. It's had the centralized error handling patterns, support for session, cookies, and templating integration. Architecture flexibility often implement with MVC patterns. Like you not only restricted to MVC pattern. Let me cover in the next slide. Let's see what is the centralized error handling patterns. In the case of building REST APIs, there is lots of error methods like the 404 not found, 404 method not allowed, 200 or okay. So it gives you a centralized exception error throw. Okay. It's an unopen-ended framework style. You choose architecture and folder convention. It's all depend on you. Like Express does not force on a strict project layout. It's not force you to only go with the MVC pattern. You can use the service layer, feature based or hybrid based structure. You can build your own structure like MBBM, MBBC. It's all depend on you. Yeah, but it's the more important line is flexibility is powerful, but consistency and convention becomes your team's responsibility. Like if you're working with a team, then you need to define code writing code rules with your team member. Okay, how one is connect? There's a React front end where we start to send our request to the Express API. Express API runs on Node.js and also it connect with MongoDB, and then Node.js runtime are installed on your OS like Ubuntu or Windows or your Apple's ecosystem. Okay, what is the difference between Node.js and browser JavaScript? As you can see, it's had the same language but different environment. Browser JS only has DOM like document object model. It only handles HTML attributes, but Node.js has file system, path, process, stream, and it's have the facility to provide servers APIs. It can communicate with the server's native APIs file system. Node execute on the server and handles request files in external services. It's also defined in the first line also. You can share logics. You can define validations, utilities across front end and back end with one single language. Let's say the request lifecycle of Express.js. As you can see in this given graph, we had the client request which are sending to app middleware. After that it's sent to the router calling, routers have the controller, and controller called as services or db services, and also handle the error middleware, and then it gives us a response. This is the basic request life cycle of Express.js. What we just covered in this chapter 1. You know why Node.js is used for scalable backend services. You understand Express.js as a lightweight front-end framework over raw Node HTTP. What does this mean? Like if you want to make a web backend API, so you can use Express.js over the writing the raw codes of Node. You can explain middleware routing and unopened architecture choices. Now, we are ready to build the first Express server in the next chapter. And let me show you the next highlighted course topics which we are covering in the next videos. What comes next in this series? Let's say the highlighted text. Upcoming practical backends points which are covered in our upcoming videos. which are parameters, request, API creation flow, middleware patterns, and request lifecycle control. File validation and robust input validation. We can validate our inputs like this email format. It's have the password. You can define minimum length, maximum length, and etc. Much more. Authentication and authorization basics, like you can authenticate a user and we can define what user has accessibility, like it's a super admin, a customer, or a delivery boy for in the e-commerce industry. Cookies, sessions, and state handling, error handling strategy and debugging patterns. How can debug our code? We can all you are also learn these patterns. Socket programming in real-time foundation. We are also cover the real-time how to build real-time applications using web sockets. So that's all for today's guys. In the next video, we'll install Node.js and Express.js, and then we'll see what is the app structure of that Express.js. So thank you so much for watching this video. Meet you soon and in the next video. Happy coding.